Alright, okay, let's have a look at this question, guys. Okay, just part A. Okay. So, your brains are starting to get tired now, so don't stress it. Okay, so now let's have a look at this question. Okay. So, read slowly. Okay, just, I need you to be quiet, please. Okay, so a company sold switch to that. You know what I mean? Okay, at R875.50 per share over 5 years. Okay, so the interest rate they gave us, you guaranteed an interest rate of 6.7% over what? 4. And everything in this timeline is going to be in quarters. I always do timeline in finance, right? Okay. Then it says she purchased 10 shares. So each purchase, okay, every quarter. So every quarter she's going to buy, she's going to purchase, how much was one share? R875.50 times 10, which is R8,755. Do you agree? So every quarter, she's doing that, right? Are we happy with that? She's spending that amount of money. Are we good? Because she buys 10 shares. Each share costs that. She buys 10. That times 10 is R8,755. Okay. So now if I start drawing my timeline. Okay. Then it says her first purchase, and it will always be like this. They can't change the time frame, right? So at T0, at the first, this is timeline is in quarters. How many quarters in a year? 4, right? And the interest rate throughout the sum is 6.7% over 4, right? Yes. Okay. And every single quarter she spent 8,750, invested effectively 8,755 rand, right? And she did this how many times? 4 times a year for 5 years, right? So number of payments is going to be 4 times 5, right? Yeah. So she's going to make 20 payments. Are you happy with that? N in annuities is the number of payments. Kavish? So T2 will be 8755. We're not going to do them all, obviously. And at T20, she gets 8755. Are we happy with that timeline? Yeah, I really think you should do timelines in these questions. Okay. Then it says, they just changed the little twist at the end, really. Determine the percentage profit. Okay? So, first of all, how are we going to do that? To figure out the profits, we're going to say, well, how do you make profits? You get more money out than you put in, right? Okay, so how much profit she gets is what she gets. They could also say how much interest does she make. Could have been the same thing, right? It's what you get out minus what you put in. That's your profit, right? Profit is what you've made that you haven't put in, right? Okay. What she gets out is going to be, I'm going to have to work that out by figuring out the future value. If the things to the right of the timeline is the future value. When does the present value come up? Present value is when you start with an amount that you borrow. So when you borrow 2 million rand for something, then P is your present value and you're using the present value formula. You want to know what if you're on the right of the timeline, you're using the future value. I want to know how much you get out. I don't care. You with me? Yes. So it's a future value formula. So what you're going to get out, to figure out what she gets out, I'm going to use the future value formula, right? How much did she put in? We know that already. How can we work that out? How many payments did she make of what amount? 20 payments of 8,755. So to figure out her profits, you with me? To figure out her profit, I'm going to first have to figure out that future value, right? And then they say, want us to know, this is my plan. Well, what is the percentage profit? Well, the profit is, percentage profit is the profit you earn over the amount, original amount invested, times 100. That's your percentage profit, right? So to figure out the percentage profit, I first have to figure out the profit. To figure out the profit, I've got to figure out the future value, right? So I've got to go back to this and now I've got to figure out the future value, right? To figure out the future value, I'm going to use the future value formula, okay? And I'm going to say future value is equal to x double bracket 1 plus I to the n minus 1 all over I. Okay? So I get f is equal to x was 8755 1 plus 6.7% over 4 to the 20 minus 1 all over 6.7% over 4. So stick that into your calculator, and that is going to be the amount of money that they get out. Okay, so what do you get for that? You should have got 205,000, 205,000, am I right? 205, am I right? 973, 49. Okay, right, so that's what she gets out after all of these investments and interest, right? Are we happy with that? Okay, you good? Right. So normally that's the question, end of story, right? But they're given a bit of a twist. They said, what's the percentage profit? So we have to go back to our plan, right? Okay, the profit is going to be what she gets out, which in this case is going to be equal to what? So profit is going to be, what she gets out was 205,973.49 minus, what did she put in? 20 payments of 8755, right? Okay, we actually are going to have to figure out this number. Did anyone work out that? 20 times 8755 is? So it's 205,973.49 minus 175,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
175,100, eh? Is it?
Yeah.
175,100.
Yes.
Okay. Right. And so you end up with a profit of 30,873.14. Okay, are we happy with that? Did you all get that profit?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not quite done. Why? Are we happy with that after there? Are we happy with that profit, everyone? Okay? Okay. So now your percentage profit is going to be what? It's your profit over how much you invested, which is, she put in 175,100, right? She put in 20 times 8755, okay? 175,100 times by 100. And what did you get for that?
So I rounded up my future guidance.
Shouldn't make it. I don't know.
I mean, I think I rounded up my future
You should.
guidance.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. But you should get about what? They'll give you some error. 17. Did you get 17.6%? Which is a pretty good return. Okay. Are you happy with that, guys? You want to break now, or do you want to try the next question?
Let's just finish question.
Okay, let's finish this question. Yeah.
You know for the 205,975.
Yeah. 970.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're working with, do you have to work with it as a whole, or can you round it up from when you, like, can you round it to 49 from when you?
Yeah. Ideally, you should probably leave that in your screen and unround it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the best way to practice. Your best practice is to round at the very end.
Okay.
But honestly, though, if you didn't in this case, I wouldn't be lying to you. Okay.
Okay.
But generally, your principle with rounding is only round at the very end of a question. Okay, try the next one. Doesn't matter, that's fine. 17.4 is probably more accurate answer. That will give you errors here.
30,873.
I got comma 48.
Yeah, 48.
It should be 4.8, sorry.
Okay.
That's why I was a bit confused about that.
Comma 4.8.
I mean, it gave you the same answer.
Where is it?
It's the
Yeah, that should be 4.8.
Oops. No.
Okay,
Okay, no.
Right.
What number?
Start by drawing a number line. Everyone happy with this last question?
Yes.
Colleen, yes. Name Colleen. So the time frame will always be the same, one time unit after the start.
Sorry, no. You don't have to do the question again.
Oh, wait, 15 minutes. Okay, so it's like, yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh, do you know that's just like
So start off by drawing your timeline.
Times 10, what age?
so
Good. Yeah, that's not good.
Just start off by writing down what you know before you even guys. A lot of you go to the question and try to work backwards from the question. Write down what you know on the timeline first and then look at the question. Okay, look at the question at the very end. First start off by summarizing what you know on the timeline. Otherwise it's going to be meaningless dribble. Okay.
what is this?
Okay, so do you think this is this?
So you didn't put in the information on unless you don't know this one.
And then, what's this 5 year thing? Which is questions at the end. The first one. The one we heard that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Okay, there's a lot going on in this question. Okay, right. So, the first thing I have to do, okay, let's just step by step. Are we happy with the timeline? Okay, just look. Okay, just look. Okay. So what happened? She borrowed 300,000 rand. This is a separate account to the shares account, right? She borrowed 300,000. We don't know what she repays every single month, do we? No. Okay. Okay. She pays off X every single month. The agreement was she'd pay it off over. You'd make 180 payments of that, right? Because it's 15 times 12. I make a note for you in the timeline. Everything's in months, right? So your interest is going to be 9.5% per annum compounded monthly, so it's 9.5% over 12. Are we happy with that?
Yes.
So the question is saying, what does she owe after 5 years? 5 years is how many months? 60 months, right? So at T60, I want to find the balance outstanding.
Okay.
Right, that's really what the first part of the question is saying. And then we'll worry about the shares separately. Okay? So the first part is to figure out, okay, what does she owe? What will she owe the bank there, right? Before I can get to balance outstanding though, I first have to figure out her monthly repayments. When you do the monthly repayments, okay, you're not using 60, you're using the original agreement. The original agreement was the bank was what? Over 180 payments, right? So to figure out X, okay, you're going to use N is equal to 180. The biggest mistake here, people think they have to use N is equal to 60. Right. Okay, so you're going to use N is equal to 180. And you're going to figure out, okay, what the agreement was that she pays every single month first. Right. You with me? Now, to figure that out, okay, what details do we know? What is this 300,000? That's P. Okay. I don't ask you what she gets out at the end. Okay. This is P. So it's a present. If you know that thing on the left, it's a present value formula, right? Okay. So we're going to use P is equal to X, 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative N, all over I.
But I'll get down to
Okay, and we have to go figure out x. So everyone go figure out x. To be safe, give x to 4 decimal places. Do 2 more than you're supposed to. So he is what? 300,000, eh?
So for x, 3,100 minus 2 minus 6, 7,
So to solve that, you either use the solve function in your calculator. Okay. I would do this way. I would go 300,000 times by 9.5% over 12, divided by this whole thing, but you must punch it in exactly like it is over here, with the brackets like that. Okay?
because the term of agreement is only balance. So you times
The term of the agreement.
15 times 12. So she has to pay every month for 15 years, right?
Yeah.
So you times 15 and 12.
Yeah.
So you get
180.
total.
So X, the repayments are agreed on the assumption that you're going to make 180 payments. So that's why we use the 180 to figure out X. After we found X. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay, so what did you get for X? 3,132, 674. I'm going to just write. Okay. Right. Are you happy with that, everyone? Okay. So now we know X. Are we good? Right. So guys, there is another way you can do balance outstanding. What worries me, some of you extra math sessions might show me that using the present value formula. Okay, I don't do that. Because there are some circumstances where that doesn't work. So what my class, what's our poem?
IEB minus
Low equals ABU.
Goat minus chicken, right? Right, in Ghanaian. Right, goat minus abu means goat in Ghanaian and abu means chicken. Right, but that's just the coincidence. Right, okay. So, the amount, so what are we saying? So we're going to figure out the balance outstanding at this T60 over here, right? Okay. So, the balance outstanding, what we're going to do, we're going to assume, okay, that, listen, she didn't pay anything back on this 300,000. If she hadn't paid anything back, what would she owe? So if you've got a lump sum and you apply interest, it's just the compound interest formula, right? Okay, so the balance outstanding is always going to be your compound interest formula, which is A is equal to P1 plus I to the N. Okay, you with me?
Oh,
Okay, that's going to be that. The amount paid back. Now for the amount paid back, you're putting in an amount of X, which was 31, that amount over there, every single month, right? You're putting in 3132,674. Okay? You're putting that in every month, and you want to know what comes out. What those repayments are worth with interest, right? So what formula is that going to be? If you've got a lump sum and you want to know what happens on the right side of the timeline. It's a future value formula, right? So this one will always be compound interest, and this one over here will always be, your repayments are going to be X is equal to X double bracket 1 plus I to the N minus 1 all over I. You with me? So the re-explain it to you. Okay. So, to figure out, so we've got this here. Let me go over here. Okay. So what's happening in this sum? We know now that she repays 3,132,674, right? Okay. But now the sum stops at T60. And we want to know what she still owes at that point from the loan that she borrowed, right? So the way we work it out is we take, first of all, what she borrowed, as if she had paid nothing back, and said, so if she had borrowed 300,000 Rand for 60 months and paid nothing back, how much would she owe? To figure that out, that's just a normal compound interest, right? So that would be A is equal to P1 plus I to the N. So that's what she'd owe the bank if she had paid nothing back, right? to that point. But she did make repayments. She repaid every single month an amount of 3,132.64, right? And she did that how many times? She made 60 payments, right? Why don't I just times it by 60? Because by making those payments, it also saved her interest that she would have had to pay, right? So you've got to figure out all of these 60 payments of 3,000, that fixed amount, right? What are they worth over here? Because that'll be what she paid back, right? So essentially what she owes the bank is going to be what she's borrowed with interest. And that's what this stands for. Okay. Where's our stupid phone? Okay. Amount borrowed with interest, as if she had paid nothing, minus amount paid back with interest. The difference will be what she owes him, right? Okay. So the balance outstanding in this case. Okay. Well, how much did she borrow? 300,000. I'm using this formula over here in blue. So it's going to be 300,000. 1 plus what? What was the interest rate they were charging?
9.5%.
9.5% over 12. Are we happy with that? Okay. That's what she borrowed with interest. Okay, to the power of 60-month interest, right? Thank you. We're good with that. That's what she'd owe them if she'd paid nothing back. But she did pay stuff back. Okay? She paid back 3,132 every single month, right? And as I'm going to collect interest. How many payments did she make of that amount? 60 payments, right? So now I'm using, okay, minus, I'm going to use this formula over here. So that's going to be what? What's X? 3,000. Come on. 674, eh? Okay, I'm just going to go one decimal place more than I need to. Okay, 2 brackets. What's the interest rate? 1 plus 9.5% over 12. And how many payments had you made up to that point? 60 payments, right? Minus 1. All over I, which is 9.5% over 12. Right, go try to work out that. According to them, you should get 481. You don't have to write the next line, you can go straight to the answers. So they got, the balance outstanding is 200 and, what did you guys get? What's the balance outstanding? 242,000, did you get that? 242097. Yeah, that's right, I got it as well. 242,096,85.
Probably rounded some.
No, your money always 2 decimal places,
I'm
right?
saying I probably rounded some because I got 7.
It doesn't matter, they're not going to penalize you. They'll never penalize you for
So
7.
I got that in 8.
Okay?
She's able to pay with 5 cents.
And I'm rounding off.
What is the question? Okay? So then it says, would she be able to pay the balance of her loan if she sold her shares at the end of the 5-year period, based on the minimum interest rate? Okay, flip 6. Okay, so how much, we got that answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if she sold, how much did she get when she sold her shares? Okay, in other words, when she sold it, what was your future value?
No, so isn't that question asking me this?
Okay, so how she owes?
Able to pay back.
She owes 242,096 rand. That's what she owes the bank, right?
So it's asking, would she able
So if she sold her shares after 5 years, right? How much money did she get out?
205,000.
Exactly. So her shares after 5 years are the F value from the previous question, right? Remember? After 5 years in the previous question, what was those shares worth? We worked out F. It was 205,000. 205,973. Remember? We worked that out. 49, right? Okay. So that's what she get if she sold her shares. But this is what she owes the bank. Has she got enough money here? No. So there's a shortfall. Do they ask you how much it is? Would she be able to pay the balance of her loan? No. There's a shortfall of how much? No, you don't write it. You can just say no. Shortfall of 36,123 rand.
It's hard work as well.
Guys, you know what? My brain is fried. Okay, what I'll do for the rest of this paper, I'll send you video links for each question. Okay, but it's over.
What time is it?
I don't know, and I can see it's starting to go. A lot of you, the shine has gone out of your eyes by now. It's just a bit of a dull look. Okay, so I'll send you memos. Okay. I'll do memos for the rest of section B for this paper and the section B questions yesterday from tomorrow.
It's fine. I also realized it.
I think I'm going to take it out.
In the early. You think? Yes. Something wrong. Where do you have something to do right now?
No, I just have cards